What's up, my know-it-alls? It's time for another episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, specifically Season 4, Episode 6. It's kind of a long name. Parth Ferengi's Heart Place. Alright, so we're going to talk all about that in just a second, but first do me a favor, like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow in the algorithm. Lets everybody know that you want to be part of the Know-It-All Nation. Now, if you could actually share it, that would even be better, because as we grow this thing, we get more opportunities to do fun stuff like this for you. So as much as you liked, if you saw Baby Know-It-All's Barbie review, if you see any of the number of reviews that I'm doing on a regular basis, as well as the ones I do with Mrs. Know-It-All, we love creating content for you guys, and hopefully if you share these videos and whatnot, we get an opportunity to continue doing just that.
Are you gonna say thank you for...
Thank you for 2,500 subscribers as well. That was really awesome. It's a great milestone we just hit the other day. I'm looking forward to the next 2,500. And of course, I super appreciate each and every one of you. Also, be nice in the comment section. All right, without further ado, here we go. Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 6, Parth Ferengi's Heart Place. Okay, so this was a fun episode. A lot of interesting things happening. The major plot of most of the story being the... Well, that's a lie.
There wasn't a major plot, in my opinion. They kept on hopping around.
You're right. Normally there's like a steady overall plot and you follow, and then there's a bunch of subplots. This was like a series of subplots. You had Mariner's deal, whatever that is. You had, which is, she's just kind of going...
Mariner's binge. I'm just going to call it what it is. Mariner was going on a binge. The captain was trying to sign something with the Ferengis. Is that the name?
Yeah.
I got that right. Go me. Ferengis. Tendi and Rutherford have to fake being a couple, and then Boimler is just addicted to television, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Which that was the one that I actually felt was probably the most realistic, because they don't have TV like we have today. So it's like all of a sudden he gets to see this new form of entertainment, which I could totally see that retro addiction happening.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they live in holodecks and whatnot, I feel like having, like, in a world where you can have holograms and experience your entertainment actually three-dimensionally, I think it would be super novel to all of a sudden discover what's this weird new form of storytelling that's happening. So that was actually, but literally, I don't have to say any more than that. That's the entire story for him for this episode. You don't see much of Boimler, but at the beginning and at the very end.
They were basically like just trying to like do, what were they, like travel guides or something?
Yes. Yeah, because apparently Starfleet's got these travel guides for all these planets, and they've hardly ever been to Ferengi, which that I did like. We've never seen this in-depth a look at Ferengi culture. We saw a lot of exploration in Deep Space Nine, so having Rom, the actor who played Rom, back as Grand Nagus Rom was pretty awesome. I'm not sure why, unless it may have been her, but it didn't sound like the actress who played Leeta. So, and I don't know what the situation is there, but either way.
Google it and see.
Like right now?
No, not right now. I mean, like when you're doing your little editing stuff.
No, totally. I'll take a look and see.
Sorry.
No, you can. But then there was the so after 4 seasons, there was the Tendi Rutherford will they won't they that I felt like they were adorable, but at the same time I get why they didn't want to why they ended up coming back to the platonic friendship that is clearly still mildly inappropriate. But yeah, man. What did you think?
I thought it was funny that they had to force them because they kept on getting put in situations they didn't want to, but they kept on blushing, so I don't really know. But because of like the fields that they're in, it reminded me of the cat and the big security guy.
Yeah, totally.
So because of that, I was like, oh, like they're like a mini version of it, but like it's like clearly very platonic in my opinion. So.
No, for sure. Especially then at the very end when they're going back in the Jeffries tube, and it's like, what's happening here? What's going on? Yeah, man. What do you think's going on with Mariner?
I have no idea. I think she's not used to being at such a high rank without being demoted, because she mentioned in like previous episodes that like every time she's gotten a promotion, she's got demoted.
Right.
And this time, Ransom is actually like trying to like be a good. What is it?
Be supportive, be a good mentor.
Just be a good mentor, be supportive and whatever. And like she goes on this binge with her friend from like previous, I don't remember the friend's name, but like we've seen him before.
Yeah.
And she goes on this binge, and she's like, oh, can I get like 3 shots or whatever? And then he goes, it's like 10 in the morning, and then she pulls out a random shot from elsewhere, gets drunk, gets in a bar fight, and we're like, okay, where is this coming from? And then like basically at the end, like I'm totally giving a summary, sorry about that, but basically at the end, the guy is like, you need to figure out what's going on. Like you need to figure out what's going on internally. And I was expecting at the end of the episode for them to be like, oh yeah,
this is what's happening.
This is that's not what happened. So like they kind of low key gave us a cliffhanger on Mariner, but. We'll see eventually, so...
So let's talk about Captain Freeman and the negotiating happening with the Admiral.
I swear they watched Barbie or something. I was kind of baffled. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was pretty interesting. You said that because he was just kept shutting her down left and right.
Kept shutting her down, acting like she didn't know what she was doing. Right. And I'm like, come on, guys, what was the deal? I don't understand it.
Yeah, but all in all, I liked the consistencies when it comes to the kind of the character of who Rom is. Those of you who watched Deep Space Nine, Rom ended up becoming the Nagus at the very end of it, and we really never saw any more about that. So seeing him actually in that role and that what he's kind of helped turn Ferengi somewhat around, but not all the way. Oh. A special moment of respect and reverence for the friends who suffered during the Dominion War and all the profits that were lost.
So much lost income! Is there no justice in this galaxy?
Remember that the thing that was like, so the Dominion War was what the point of Deep Space Nine was, and so literally that was that giant monument where they were at, and the guy was like,
where they were talking about debt?
Yeah.
Oh.
So many profits lost. And so like where we would have like, this is the death toll of people, they're just like, all the people who lost money during the Dominion War, and I'm like, that's so Ferengi. This is their like ground zero monument. It was amazing. But yeah, so any other thoughts? Anything really stick out for you? Or you overall?
Why was the guy obsessed with baseballs?
So that comes from Deep Space Nine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so in Deep Space Nine, Rom got introduced to the game of baseball. A lot of them did in there. And he ended up really enjoying it. And so that's one of those through lines that they've kept for those of us who are familiar with it. But I think it was fun and funny, if nothing else. I mean, he made it official for you're allowed to play baseball. So,
yeah. Oh, I also thought it was cool how Captain swindled
totally.
Ferengi.
Yeah, she did good.
Ferengi-wise.
Yeah, she made it so that they had to, in order to get all the stuff that they were conning the Admiral out of, they had to bring one planet into the Federation, and that planet was the Klingon homeworld. Which I kind of thought the Klingons were already part of the Federation by this stage, but maybe I just don't understand how my Starfleet history worked. Yes.
We saw a Ferengi ship get the little zappy thingy. But, and then in the beginning, the guy was like, oh, well, like, just on time. So maybe the Ferengis have something to do with it?
Yeah, or at least that guy did, somehow, which will be interesting. Again, I don't think they're being killed, because I feel like that's just the effect they're using that's designed to make us think that. I think they're being taken somewhere. Something's happening or being collected somehow. I think we're gonna see Badgie again. I think that's gonna be part of probably the soon. We're reaching the last 4 episodes, because they're gonna be 10 episodes this season.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's get into it. So there you go, now you know, and if knowing's half the battle, you're halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. What's the Knowitall Index rating for this episode? For the two of us, we have discussed it is?
An 8.
Yes. 8.0 out of 10. I'm running into this weird season 4 slump in that I'm not finding myself grossly, overly over the top impressed. I'm enjoying the show just fine, but I guess it's almost like, well, Rick and Morty faced the same kind of thing where there was like these lull seasons, yeah. and I'm feeling like we're in sort of an equilibrium place where they're taking an awful long time to drag out the storyline for me. So yeah. I'm like, let's get to let's get going, or get off the pot.
What do you call it? I mean, it seems like from what I've seen and what I've heard from you, it's like kind of like a callback TV show. It is. Maybe that's why they're having such like a hard time. But at the same time, like for me, for like newer Star Trek fans, I guess, it's interesting. It's just not something that's like got a hold on me,
How about that? Their version of interdimensional cable?
Oh, personally, one of my what is it called? Guilty pleasures is animation TV. What I mean by that is literally TV and animation, because the way they do it, it's so unique and like just different.
Sure.
They had like an ad for like the ear things.
Oh, Sluggo Cola.
Sluggo Cola.
And it supposedly makes your lobes get bigger.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But like in like several TV shows, like I've seen like their cable is just so weird, and that was more of the normal ones, like the one that I seen this episode. But no, I think animation or TV and animation is just so funny.
All right, guys, let us know what you thought in the comment section. We'd love to hear all about the ways you enjoyed the episode, or all the ways in which you enjoy my lovely daughter co-host, Baby Knowitall.
I'm just so cool, guys. Sorry.
No, totally. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Never forget,
everyone loves a know-it-all.
Bye, guys. See you next week.